Hi again. Look, it's 6 p.m. Am I uploaded? Perfect. Good job, YouTube. Now, look, guys, thank you for watching. If you are a coming back person, I like you a lot. And if you're a new person, hi, my name is Alistair. Look, this may not be my point of view, but this is my story. Let me tell you a story. So, I'm sure by now you've all heard this story about Twitch, the guy who unfortunately took his own life. He was Ellen DeGeneres DJ. Long story short, people have been asking why? He has a beautiful life. I don't understand. And it's not for you to understand, because if he himself understood, this would not have happened. And I think the conversation should not be, I don't understand. The conversation should be, why didn't he feel comfortable enough to speak up? And so why is that tied to my story today? Is because we lost a friend of ours. And I say we because there's 4 of us in our story, from teenagers till grown-ups. I'm 37 years old today. I met these guys when I was 18. And unfortunately, 2 of us didn't make it, and one of them is Johnny. And Johnny did not make it because he took his own life. So so the 4 of us, so it's Ty. Hi Ty, hi. Ty watches, Ty is subscribed, and I keep telling him to make a comment, but he's too shy. Hi Ty, I'll text you. And the reason why Ty is first, because look, Ty has the car. Ty had the car. We didn't have any cars. What, at 18? Who drove? I didn't drive. And so if we wanted to go somewhere like Chelsea and whatnot, Chelsea's when we partied. So we were like, I don't feel like taking the subway or the bus. Ty, can you pick me up? Ty had the car. Ty was the dance instructor who drove all the way from Ohio to New York City to make up his life. He had the car. Ty, you're more than that. Be quiet. And then it was Maurice. Now, Maurice, you think I'm bold? You haven't met Maurice. Maurice said yes to everything. Everything. Maurice would be like, what are we doing? Okay, jump first. Then there's me who say no to everything. I say no to everything. Look, this is it. I'll stare, no. And then I call you back and say, oh, actually, yeah, I can do it. I say no to everything. And then there's Johnny. Johnny was super shy. Johnny had to be dragged out of everything. You had to work to get Johnny to do anything, okay? Johnny, come on. Johnny, come on. Johnny, come on. But you know what? Even when he was there, he was there. He was present. He was there. And if you haven't seen the first story time, a lot of times from people of our community, our only refuge is each other. Our true refuge is each other. And let me tell you something. It's dangerous out there. It was very dangerous out there. And all we had is all 4 of us. That was our crew. And so during that time in New York City, how did I meet Johnny? I met Johnny at a modeling gig. Yes, I know. I was a model one time. Aren't we all? Please, it's New York City. Everyone is a model. Everyone is a model in New York City. Everyone. And this is a time before social media. This was barely Facebook. I was 18. I'm 37 years old now. I was 18. It was barely Facebook. Anyway, so I met Johnny at this, they call it go-see, at this go-see. So you go there and they look at you and they say, get out, stay, get out. And a lot of times, and look, this is insider, a lot of the people who are doing the watching are predatory. I've said it. Predatory. Because look, this is my experience. So it was for underwear situation. So, and the underwear, I'm not going to tell you the brand, please, lawsuits are real. And the underwear was very revealing in the back. It's a very, very household name. You know, just think about it, you'll know who they are. And so we go there, you take off your shirt, you're in your own underwear, they give you stuff to try. You go there in the back, you try, you're coming in front of this panel, they touch you. They get a good cup, they touch you. Yes, uncomfortable. And then they get a good feel, and they say, no thanks, your butt's too small, that thing over there in the front is not showing enough. Yeah. You'll have a pouch. They go through the whole list as to why you're denied, and then you can just leave. And so I didn't get the part. And so I go and I get myself together to go on to the next one, and I see in the corner like a guy with tears in his eyes, like a little bit very upset. And I'm like, are you okay? Are you all right? And he was very honest with me. Johnny was very honest. Johnny said, no, I'm not. I'm like, why? Is it because of what he said? They said the comment was that he had a flat butt. His butt wasn't that big. He had a flat butt, and therefore that's why he was denied. And I was like, come on, I mean, I minimized his pain at the time, first time I met him, but I was trying to cheer him up. And I said, look, here's my number. Come and hang out with my friends. Let's go have a good time. I get free drinks at this bar. I did. We'll get free drinks and we'll cheer you up. Come on. And we exchanged numbers. We flip phones. And I texted him the address of the bar. Right? And then we went our separate ways. And that's how I met Johnny. Because he came to the bar and he met everybody else. And we had a good time. And let me tell you some free drinks. Honey, New York City's drinks are too expensive. For 18-year-olds, oh wait, I gave it away. Okay, fine, we have fake IDs. Bring it. I modeled from 18 to 19, all the way up to 20 to 21, because I became a bartender at 21 for my birthday. Exactly. Because, no fake IDs there. You need to be 21 to get the license. But anyway, so, what was I saying? Oh, right. Okay. So during that time, Johnny passed away when 22, a year later after I left the industry. And a lot of times when it happened, I was like, is it because I left? Could it be me? Was I instrumental in him staying? And I say that because Johnny didn't book as many gigs. And every time he didn't get one, he would message me, flip phones. He would be so distraught, and he would just criticize himself. And, at some point, he was comparing himself to me. Or what if I had a chest like yours? Or what if I had a butt like yours? Or abs like yours? Maybe. And it became almost obsessive. And it became like a pattern. He would not get a gig, and he would text me, and then he would compliment me, and then he would be like, well, what if I was more like you? And I used to say, Johnny, stop. It became a little bit annoying, and I became very annoyed with him for putting me into this mess. At the time, I was very upset. Mind you, 18, 19, 20, right? I'm a kid myself. What I didn't understand then is that Johnny was being broken down every single time he was getting no. His self-esteem was being chipped away, and he's put his value, his worth into his looks. And I'm going to tell you something. For the brief time I was a model, yes, it does something to you. When someone says to you, you don't have the job because you're not tall enough. Yeah, you look in the mirror and be like, oh my God, right? We're 18, 19, we're 20, we're impressionable. We are children. Oh, look at him. White teeth, beautiful skin. Ooh. Yeah, and then everybody else is staring and looking like, oh, okay, so my skin is not beautiful. Yeah. It would be like that almost every weekend. And I remember, at one point I pulled Johnny aside. We were at a gig together. And I pulled him aside and I was like, look, if you don't get it, it's okay. It's okay. Come on. And, I'm a jokester. So, I'm telling you, I'm a good time. So we were in the same room. We were laughing and cackling like hyenas. We were having a good time. And I got the gig. And he did not. And he did not speak to me for weeks. And usually, when we get the gig, we would get together, me and the crew, because we get free drinks at the bar. We got free drinks at the bar. And Johnny was depressed. Johnny was really depressed. He didn't speak to me. A lot of times, when you get that gig, you show off. You tell your friends, you tell your family, you show off. I got the gig. Yeah, of course I boasted about it. I didn't say Johnny didn't get it, because I'm not like that. I'm considerate. But I boasted about, I got the gig. Yeah, I'm getting paid, honey. Yes. Yeah, I can finally pay the light bill this month. Yes. Yes. So, when Johnny didn't speak to me, I was upset. I'm human. I was upset. Because when I'm a friend, look, I'm a type of friend, I'm all over you. First of all, I'm a toucher. So people get uncomfortable enough with that. I'm like, hi buddy, what's going on? Oh my God, have you heard about what happened today? What's going on? I am a toucher. And Americans don't like that, I know. So that annoys people already. And when I connect with you, I pour. The floodgates open, and it's a lot for some people, I know. And so I was very hurt. I was very, very hurt, and I was upset. And I remember, back in the day, there was no social media. The only time you had to connect someone was with the damn phone. I was texting a storm, calling a storm. He was not picking up. He wasn't picking up. And so I called the boys in a regular meeting. I said, and they were like, where's Johnny? I'm like, he's not answering my phone calls. And so I shared with them what happened, and they were a little bit upset, Johnny, grow up, you got the gig, who cares? But I was really bothered by it. So eventually our relationship got better. Not just between Johnny and I, but also Johnny and the rest of the group, Now, keep in mind, Johnny was mainly my friend, even though we were all together, because I brought him into the group, and, they've gotten to know him, but I'm trying to give you a good timestamp, right? So when we were having a little tiff, Ty and Maurice were my friends. So they obviously had an opinion, but eventually everything was ironed out, and everything was back to normal. And so we thought. We had no idea that Johnny was going through a difficult period of time. And eventually he took his own life, and he left a note. By the way, that's so true. They do leave a note. Yes. I only say that because some people think it's a farce. No. It's true. If not a note, they leave a way to communicate something. It's like any last words, so to speak. And I was in the note. That took me out. We found Johnny. Me and Ty found his body. As I mentioned to you before, I passed my bartending license. No more fake IDs, yay! And I passed my bartending license, and I'm a type of, I share. I like, hey, I passed. You tell everybody else you passed. I passed my test. We celebrated. Everybody came to the bar and ordered drinks and gave me tips. It was great. Oh, what a good night. The music was flowing. I'm a goof. So I'm serving drinks and dancing at the same time, okay? I'm having a good time. And Johnny, ever so quiet. He was always quiet. But he was quieter that day, and he was staring at me. Staring. And I'm like, what's up? Like, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? And he says, I'm so happy for you. And then, proximity, I'm close. And then he grabs my forearm. I'm so glad you're doing good. So the reason why he said that is because it was a talk between me and Johnny where we hated to be in the industry. We hated to be in that industry, and we're like, oh man, I can't wait till I get out of there, because it was bringing some money. I was paying the bills, okay? The little lights. I'm a college kid. But we hated every second of it. And we complained about to each other all the time, and he was so happy for me. And that's why he said that. And I said, thanks, because, I've been drinking on the job. Don't do that, kids. But yeah, I'm a bartender, sipping a little few things here and there. Of course. Please, you haven't done that, please. So I'm like, thank you, Johnny, thanks. Nobody else is enjoying free drinks. But when he said that, I remember in his face, somber. It was a feeling of I'll never forget, because he's normally quiet. Honey, Johnny is quiet. But he's like active quiet. And he was active quiet. But he said that to me, and there was sadness in his body language. It threw me off because I was on the high beat. And it threw me off because the energy became so uncomfortable. I turned my attention to my friend. Instinctively, I knew my friend was not okay. I turned my attention to my friend. If you don't know me by now, I'm telling you. I knew, my body knew. I knew Johnny was not okay. I ignored the entire room, and I stood right next to Johnny. I didn't even know why I did that. Instinctively, I was by his side. Proximity, that's how I show you I care. Proximity, and a touch. Yeah. I knew, and I was like, what's going on? In my mind, I was like, what's happening? Why? Why is he like this? And Ty and Maurice was always having a good time. Maurice is not alive anymore. So Maurice having a good old time. And I became quiet with Johnny. So fast forward a little bit, long story short, Johnny took his life. How? He overdosed. I don't want to go too much into the details, out of respect for my friend. But he told his parents one thing, that he was going to see us, as he normally does. And we didn't see him, and so we are friends. I went and I called his parents and I went to his house. Where are you? Mom is like, he's with you? No, he's not. Go to the police. Sorry, 24 hours for a missing person report. Yeah. Ty, Maurice, where is Johnny? We need to go look for him. Do you understand? In those days, people disappeared. We went and looked for him and we found him. And he left a note. In that note, he said something to me that resonates to this day. He said he admired me. He admired me. He admired how I could find so much light in so much darkness. When I mean darkness, look, I am telling you these stories. I am being polite about how I deliver them. You don't understand what us four have been through. Darkness. There was no other option but to have some joy. Otherwise it's too dark. He's like, I don't know how you do it, Alistair. Thank me for being a little light in this brief moment. And he went back to the first time we met. First time we met at the oh my god, I was trying so hard to control this. First time we met at the go see, we was not feeling well, and I came over like, what are you doing? Why are you so sad? Mentioned that in the note, and yeah. Oh, please, telling his parents, forget it. I don't want to go into that. That was just way too much. Do you understand? Way too much. Me, Maurice, and Ty, we were a freaking wreck for I don't even know how many years. Clearly, still going through it. A mess. A complete mess. So, I'm going to fast forward this now to today, as a grown man. And I'm going to tie it all together to why Twitch is the catalyst of this story. Back then, the pressure of looking a certain way, acting a certain way, being a certain way, the pressure of just being yourself not being enough, that doesn't stop when you're a teenager. It carries on until you're a grown adult into your professional life. How? Your numbers are not high enough. You're not producing high enough. Where's the growth? Oh, you only did the same thing as last year? Unacceptable. What happened to can I just do just enough? Do I have to go above and beyond all the time? Do we have to grow every freaking year? Can I get a break? And I tell you this because in the world of show business, a guy like Twitch, I'm assuming, he's a business. His personality is a business, and there's a whole ecosystem around him. Publicist, manager. There's people that rely on his talent to eat. So therefore, he needs to produce more because everybody needs to make more. Twitch, sir, go out there and do more. Do more. Do more. Twitch, maybe all he wanted to do is just do nothing, or sit home and just relax, or be content with just doing less than. But the ecosystem, the way things are made, the way our infrastructure, the way things are designed, doesn't allow you to just be good enough. It expects you to just do more and more and more and more and more. And at some point you are tired. You're tired. And I bring this down to my own personal experience with my business. Yeah, that's what my accountant says, even though he has no place for it, but he's a friend. He's a friend. Oh, this year you did the same as last year. So, don't you want to grow? Leave me alone. I feed my family. That's good enough. I don't do that, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I tell you another thing. Their price goes up. Yeah, so he's like, Alistair, my price is going up. Okay. Yeah, everything is going up, so eventually at some point you're forced to do more. You're forced to produce more. And to tie it all together, into why this video was made, is to tell you, you look left, you look right. 18, 19, 20, 60, 70, 80 years old. Someone is always going to demand more of you. Someone is always going to feel like it's not enough. And it's important that someone tells you everything about you is enough. Everything about you is enough. To people who know me from this channel, I say a little bit here and there, like, hey, if you feel like you can't, if you feel like you can't make it, you feel like you're not enough, you feel like you can't do it, just come here. Let me look at you and make you laugh a little bit. It's because of Johnny. Because sometimes I go, maybe if I just touch him more, held him more, maybe if I just went like, Johnny, maybe if I was more attentive. Maybe if someone told him, you don't have to look like this. You don't have to be like this. Maybe if someone drilled that to their head. But it will always be a maybe. Because no one, unless Johnny himself, can tell you what is happening here. Which is why you can never say, you can never get tired of saying, you are enough. Even if you don't think it, this needs you. Yes, you know why it needs you? Someone has to clean it, someone has to shine it. I'm not doing it, so come here and do it for me. Yes, if all else fails, my dirty coaster needs you. That's my story. That's my story. Who am I? Who am I to tell you you're enough? And I don't know if you're going to listen, but that's it. You're enough. I kept it together again. I kept it together again. I was fighting so hard not to let it down my face. I was fighting really hard. I promise you, I have I have happy stories. Those last two were heavy. I promise you, I have happy stories. Come on. Let me tell you something. Do you want to know what story I wanted to start off with? Let me tell you the reason why I started with the first one that I did. It's because the initial story was, how did me, Maurice, Johnny, and Ty escape being trafficked? Oh, yes. Yes. You heard that right. Yes. Ran down the hallway. Push up in the door. Screamed on the street. Yes. 4 boys. Well, yeah, 4 young men screaming, help, help, help. Oh, yeah. A complete disaster. But we escaped. We escaped. Yeah. So, but if I told you the story, you'd be like, what the hell were you doing in the basement? What the hell were you doing in the dungeon? What the hell were you doing in the room? Yes. Yes. You need the backstory of stuff. I have so many stories. Look, I know this is the second sad one, but no, the next one I tell you the story about how we escaped being trafficked. It was real. Oh, Johnny. We had good memories. All because thank you for watching. I'm gonna go cry now. I think it's right up here. I gotta let it out. I'm gonna cry. Goodbye.